You clicked on a video with a thumbnail like that and you thought that has to be clickbait, but no. Rocket has this ability that allows him to boost himself in any direction using his jetpack. Every time he uses it, he moves approximately 10 meters in the direction you're facing. It can vary a bit because of diagonals and you're like never really gonna face straight, but however, if you use his jet boost right as you're about to end a wall climb, because Rocket has enhanced movement speed whilst he's wall climbing, the momentum from climbing the wall combines with the jet boost, allowing you to go double the distance, so 20 meters, in a single burst. The ability lasts just as much, so it doesn't make you any easier to hit, and in fact it makes you way harder to hit because you suddenly hit a burst where you're moving at double the speed. So as Rocket, you can fly around at this incredibly fast pace, making yourself essentially impossible to hit whilst also spraying healing, making you extremely survivable because Rocket needed more survivability. And as you saw, you can chain several of those in a row, allowing you to traverse 40 meters in like a second or two. This is one of the fastest, if not the fastest thing in the game, I am pretty sure. Like 40 meters per second is insane. This has many drawbacks, however. The first is that there's an ability on a cooldown, even if you get two of them, so you can indeed chain two of them in a row. That has several complications other than the cooldown. For example, it can be hard to angle because the jetpack will be used in the direction you were wall climbing before you ended it. So in most cases with most surfaces, especially pillars or walls, you'll just end up shooting upwards or at a weird angle that you don't really want to go in. And there's also the fact that it's not that useful to move this fast unless you are actively being threatened. And while you are doing this, you can't really heal. So while it might be convenient to just do one of these to quickly escape a situation, the amount of circumstances in which chaining two together will be beneficial are few. I don't know why you'd want to move that fast unless your entire team died, in which case valid. It's good for escapes. I don't know if this is common knowledge, if this is intended, a glitch, an exploit, or maybe somewhat intended but no one really knows it. Regardless, maybe people do know it, but I've never seen anybody talk about it, and it seems extremely good because it boosts Rocket's already incredible survivability into being one of the most survivable characters there is. You can easily get verticality using this, and the value you can provide while staying alive as Rocket is frankly immense. Even if most people are apparently of the opinion that picking Rocket is throwing, even though Rocket objectively has one of the better win rates in the game, if not like the best amongst the supports. I'd have to double check that. And people would argue, oh, but in triple support, and triple support is less common and Rocket doesn't get that much better because of it. It's just that the value Rocket provides is like so constant and near invisible that people just dismiss it easily, even though objectively having a Rocket has a higher chance of winning, but that's a topic for a whole another video. As for the topic which this video pertains to, yeah, it's a useful movement tech. It's just kind of situational and it can be somewhat tricky to execute in some surfaces, but it also just the fact that it can't have a lot of situations where it's not particularly useful. But during rollouts, it's objectively good to use because you just go doubly fast back to your team, or when you're trying to escape from an enemy, that's also extremely potent. Although there are also a lot of things I probably don't know about when to best utilize this or when you shouldn't, because I'm not that good as Rocket. Rocket isn't even near my most played character. I'm a tank player. Also, these houses in Midtown have been bugged since release, but it also happens with a lot of other collisions. Ignore that. Here is me trying to hold on to life for as long as possible using the technique in question. It was actually surprisingly successful, proving that this weird double speed, wall climb, the jet boost, momentum fusion technique can be useful even if you lose because your team got off the objective. Hope that this technique is useful if you play Rocket at a level even more moderate than I, or even if you don't play Rocket, maybe this helps you comprehend the character a little further. Perhaps you'll even go against someone utilizing this technique, so it might be helpful to know. Either way, this is the end of the video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and everything else. If you want more useful tips on how to play characters that are definitely not known, I still don't know if there's like a secret tech that I discovered or like common knowledge that I'm just too stupid to realize.